Hi everyone, how are you doing? I am Mark and this is episode 33 of Minecraft Stoneblock. I am down in our power sphere room and I have been doing some work with building our first infinity ingot. As you can see, we have a bunch of the singularities done. I've gone ahead and filled out the stuff that we have. And as these singularities fill, as we get one singularity, none of this stuff, well, some of this stuff, but none of the singularities have EMC, so we can't reproduce those, but we don't really have to because the infinity catalyst that we're making does have EMC. So we only need to make one of these, and then we're good to go. Last time we made a complicated system to make fluxed electron blocks, and people were probably laughing at me for being stupid because we have about 3,000 of these in here now, but they didn't get there from our machine that we set up last time. They got in there from me going here and going to our transmutation tablet and pulling out flux blocks, and then sticking some in the drawer and letting it fill this up. And so that's what I've been doing to finish these off. You know, some of these we actually got from the materials we're processing, like iron we're getting a ton of, so that one just worked on its own. But a few of these I'm going to have to finish off manually, and that's how I'm doing it. I'm just pulling EMC out of our transmutation tablet. And we're making, you know, we're still making EMC here. We're sort of routinely getting, 10 or 15 of these and just sticking them in to our transmutation tablet. So we have plenty of EMC to make stuff. I also went ahead and made the Klein star, which was just a repetitive sort of make 4 of these to 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 make 4 of the, or make one of these. So, I didn't really want to do that on camera. It was just a bunch of repetitive crafts. But it's done. And that was another quest. And I think we have a couple quests to turn in, actually. I believe... No, Project D. Well, there's the Klein star, so let's go ahead and claim that. And there was something else I did, I thought. Maybe not. I thought I had done something else. Oh, I know what it was. We are about ready to make these red matter tools. And to do that, we need to make the dark matter version of all of those tools, of a bunch of tools. And if we look in here, I have actually made a bunch of these. Yeah, that just pulls out one. So I'm just going to pull out one copy of all these tools. And we can make the red matter version. So we need to make the red matter pickaxe, which I don't think is actually, it's not actually called a red matter pickaxe. What is it? The Philosophers? No. Alright, let me look at this quest quickly and see exactly what it is we need to make. We need to make, it is a red matter pickaxe. Why did that not show up? It did. So we need to make the red matter pickaxe, which is just some red matter, a dark matter pickaxe, which is what I just pulled out of our transmutation table, and some dark matter. So we can just make these. And there's a guitar, which we can also just make, I believe, because this uses a bunch of different cutting tools and 5 red matter. Hopefully we have enough. Oh. Duh. I need to make the red matter tools first, which is just made by making the dark matter tools and making the red matter, adding the red and dark matter they need. So this is relatively easy to take care of, and I want to get this quest done today. What did we miss there? Where did all my other tools go? They went in here because I clicked them out. So I think that gives us a guitar. Does it? It does. So the last thing we needed was the... We're going to claim that. We can claim this. Just move these out of the way. And the last thing we need to make is the morning star. And I don't really think that I have any use for these, so we need to make a red matter hammer. I thought I made all these actually. Let me take a look in this. Yeah, we need the hammer and we need the shovel, which we have, and the pickaxe, which we have. So we just need to make the red matter versions of the shovel, which is here. And again, this is just adding red and dark matter to the dark matter shovel. And the hammer, which is here. And now we can make the morning star, which should be the last of the tools that we need to make. And somehow we ended up with an extra dark matter hammer, which is not a big deal. And I don't know... Yeah, neither of these is particularly useful. I am just going to stick these in here. I probably should have stuck versions of all the red matter tools in here. I don't know why we get two different versions of the tools when we first put them in. That's weird. Anyhow, that is another quest. So we have 4 quests we can turn in to get useless rewards as usual. Let's go ahead and do that. We get lithium, we get upgrades, we get Fluix and Certus, and we get more upgrades. So the usual selection of stuff we don't care about. And let's just stick all this away. The other thing I did between episodes was I went ahead and recall last time we set up a ground trap from Pam's Harvest Craft and baited it with some fruit bait to get us some raw rabbit, which we have gotten. And I went ahead and filled out this crafting table with the recipe for the cosmic meatballs. So we can take that and stick it in our ultimate or infinity ingot recipe, and I believe it goes there. It's either there or there. Might have to swap it. So I'm going to let this stuff run. We are slowly getting this. We're slowly getting nether quartz and gold and fluxed electrum being made. So I'm going to let those run and start working on the ultimate stew. And I wrote down the list of everything we need for the ultimate stew, and it's a lot of stuff. If we look at the recipe, the ultimate stew takes a whole bunch of stuff. And some of this we can get right away, like the essences I think we probably have. We need 1 fire, and we need 1 water, and we need some neutrons. And we need wheat. And we need a carrot. And we're going to need a couple carrots actually, so I'm just going to grab those. So let's go ahead and start Ultimate. I wish there was a way to just stick a preview. You know what? Hang on one sec. Let me screenshot this, and that would be smart. So I can actually just keep it open to the side. So we need 1 pile of neutrons, 1 water essence, 1 fire essence, 1 wheat, 1 carrot. We need a potato, a dragon fruit, and a beetroot. And I know we have the potato. And I think we have the beetroot. I went through the AE2 system and pulled all the food stuff I could find easily out and stuck it into a transmutation table. Unfortunately, the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff does not have transmutation recipes. We need an epic bacon. which is the one thing we've gotten from quest rewards. Is this? It does have EMC. Let's go ahead and EMC that, and that goes here. And let's see, we need, looks like beef and pork are the last two things. So let's go ahead and pull out a beef and a pork. And beef and pork go down here. Right, so now we need dragon fruit and garlic and soybeans and eggplants, and I think that's broccoli. Yep. We need a bunch of Pam's Harvest Craft stuff. And as far as I can tell, the only way to get Pam's Harvest Craft stuff is by growing it and getting seeds from the market. So I need to buy all the ingredients we need, which is quite the list. So I'm going to go away and do that, and we'll be back in a couple minutes when I have all the stuff we need to continue this little project. Okay, I have gotten a whole bunch of Pam's Harvest Craft stuff in my inventory, and I'm going to plant it all. And I prepared this bed. We've got a growth crystal in the middle. We've got some worms running around that I managed to get when I made this little bed. And I'm just going to plant one of each. We also need some dragon fruit and some peppercorns, which come from trees. So I'm just going to stick those here. And I'm going to put them fairly far apart just to make sure they don't interfere with each other. And I think I can bone meal all this. I can. So these will have to ripen. I don't think there's... Can you? Oh, you can. I'll grab some of those. I don't actually remember how to make black pepper. I think you just craft this somehow. Those are peppercorns. Oh, black pepper in a mortar and pestle makes black pepper. Or black pepper from peppercorns. Got it. I'm just going to make a bunch of this stuff and keep it in my inventory until we get done with this little project. I think I've made everything we need. I may be missing some stuff, but we have a lot of combinations to do here. It's so confusing. While we're here, there was something. Oh yeah, I squished down all our emerald farms. They're now 1 high, and I have started to fill this top one up. And I think, was I making emerald seeds? I was. I made some more emerald seeds because I'm slowly populating this, and crafting emerald seeds takes a long time. Something that I actually want to fix today, which I'll show you next, I guess. So let's plant all our seeds. What do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 18 more seeds. No, 27 more seeds. Let's go ahead and craft. And we wait for this to process because it takes a really long time. There we go. 64K Inferium. So I'm going to just let that run in the background. And I'll be back in 1 minute. So I am down under our Inferium farm, which is cranking out Inferium at a tremendous pace. And I set up this tier 3 crafter down here, which is receiving all of our Inferium from the farm and crafting it all the way up to Insanium Essence and sending that on to our onto our storage system. And the reason I'm doing this is because crafting up high-level essences just takes a really long time. As you saw from the emerald seeds I just made, where it just takes, a good 2 or 3 minutes to do the calculation to do that. So what I'm going to do is reverse everything. I am only going to be storing insanium essences in our storage drawers, other than the spares that we get from crafting that we don't use, and reversing all the recipes that I have in our auto crafting to take the high level essence and break it down to the low level essence instead of doing the reverse, because it'll be more efficient, since most of what we're making is using the higher level essences. We can, if we need 4 supremium, ordinarily we'd be crafting up a couple thousand inferium through prudentium and intermedium superium to get there. Instead, we can just craft 1 insanium down to 4 superium or supremium and get there much more quickly. And if we need a handful of inferium, it's relatively easy to craft that compared to crafting up to these high level essences. And this machine is really efficient at taking all our inferium and crafting it up. You can see it's really fast. So in the long run, that's going to be a faster way to do all our crafting. And really what that means is I just have to update all the recipes in the A2 system to work in reverse, which is relatively easy, and I may or may not do that on camera, but I wanted to let you know what was going on. I'm really tired of waiting for recipes, is the bottom line. So let me see what we actually got here that we need. We need a dragon fruit, so we can stick that in there. We need 1 soybean, so we can stick that in there. We probably need more soybeans. We need an eggplant and a broccoli and 1 garlic and a bunch of crafting materials. What is this? There's one in there that I don't recognize off the top of my head. And everything else, I believe, is crafted. Let me look at this recipe actually in game. We need a pumpkin from Pam's Harvest Craft, which we can make from 3 standard pumpkins, which we probably have. We have 14. So let me just make these, and while I'm thinking about it, I don't think I put those in our transmutation table, so let me do that. And the pumpkin goes below the potato. And so next we have a couple of things that we have to craft. If we look at the ultimate stew, we need to make carrot soup, which is made from heavy cream, silken tofu, stock, and a carrot in a pot. So we can make a pot, I'm sure. And I think we can maybe make stock. Yeah, we can make stock. And we have carrots. We need to make silken tofu. And silken tofu is just pressing a soybean in the Pam's Harvest Craft presser, which I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago we actually made that because we were making fresh water, maybe? Oops, didn't want to do that. It is somewhere. I know we made one. I know it's here somewhere. That's not it, is it? It is. Okay. So I'm going to stick 5 of these in here. We have a couple things we need to make with tofu. Oh, and that makes bait. So I think we can we're close to the carrot soup. Stock, carrot, yeah, we should just be able to make this. So there is another of our ingredients for the ultimate stew. That's this. Chorus fruit we should have. We have plenty. Let me get rid of the stuff that I know I don't need, and I'm going to move ingredients over here just to avoid confusion. So ultimate beetroot soup we can make from beet soup, which we need soy milk, which we make from silken tofu in the presser. So we can take this out and we just stick one of these in, and that should give us our soy milk. And I thought there was a different way to make that. So we have beets, we have onion, we need to make black pepper. And black pepper we need a mortar and pestle, which I'm sure we can make. And now we need to dig back through here to make black pepper. And I'm just going to make one because I think that might be all we actually need. And we can make our beetroot soup. So we are slowly progressing. Let me just check my list and check off the stuff we have made. We have made the carrot soup. We haven't made the meatloaf yet. We have the pumpkin and we have the chorus root and we have the beetroot soup. So we need to make meatloaf. And meatloaf needs ketchup, which is a tomato and a juicer. And a juicer is that. Wait a minute. I could have sworn I had a juicer actually. No? What is it you think I need there? Click on the right things. Oh, we need ketchup, which needs a juicer. I could have sworn we had the juicer. Oh well. Not a big deal. Alright, there's our ketchup. So, meatloaf. I think we might need to make bread, which is just 3 wheat, which I know we can make. So let's make our meatloaf, except for the bakeware, which we now have. Meatloaf. This just goes on for quite a while. Okay, I'm going to go dump some more materials into our recipe just to catch up to where we are right now. Back in a sec. Okay, we can stick in our carrot soup, we can stick in our meatloaf, we can stick in our chorus fruit. That is the beet soup next, which I think we can just do this to get the beetroot soup we need. We are missing, I believe that's just beef jerky. It is. So beef jerky we make with salt and any beef. Do we have salt? We do not. So how do we get salt? A pot and a water bucket. Let's see. Do we have this stuff in our system? We do not. Of course not. And the nearest water, oh, there's a water source right over here. So let's get a bucket. We do have a couple buckets, and I am actually going to fill a few of these. We have this infinite water source sitting here that I was using to fill all our grid power. And I guess we're full. Alright, so if I put a bucket of water there, we get some salt, and we can just stick that stuff back in there, and we need to make jerky. To make jerky, I think... Oh, we need to make this jerky. I think we can just... Really? We can't just make that? You need raw beef. We have raw beef. We have raw beef in our table. So we pull out beef. We stick beef in here. That gives us our jerky. And thank God we only have to do this once. So the final thing we need to make is rabbit stew, I think. Yep. So for this, we need a mushroom, a carrot, a baked potato, and a bowl. And rabbit, of course. So let's see if we can, how much of this we can actually just make. We can make everything except for the cooked rabbit. So I need to pull out one bit of rabbit. And I'm going to run down, cook that, and be right back. Okay, I cooked that bit of rabbit, and I went ahead and made the rabbit stew, and oh, it makes 4 ultimate stew. Good. So again, this does not have EMC, so we can't just make it. So I'm going to stick one of those in there, and the rest of all of this actually, I'm just going to stick into our AE2 system for safekeeping. And you know, none of this is particularly hard, it's just a bit time consuming, as many things are in Avarita. So at this point, all we're waiting for is our last 3 singularities. And how are we doing here? We're about 1/3 of the way, and about 1/5 of the way, and about 1/3 of the way. So these are going to take a little more time. And I was going to get to the fix for the Inferium essence today, but I guess I'm going to run out of time for that. But I can run through the plan quickly, just to let you know what's going to happen. So down here, right now we have just oodles of regular Inferium essence sitting here. I mean, that's 2,000 or 2,300 stacks, almost 2,400. And we don't have any of the other essences other than the Insanium essence that we're making right now. So what I need to do is pump all this Inferium essence out of this container or out of our storage system and pump it into that crafter over there, which is crafting up our Insanium essence. Basically, I need to reverse the storage order of these. So this is empty and this is full. And once I do that, then I just need to remove all the existing essence crafting recipes. If we look in here and we look at what we can craft and we look at essence, we have these crafting recipes that are basically, like if we look at how this works, we take the Master Infusion Crystal and 4 Inferiums to make 1 Prudentium. The reverse recipe, if we look at how to make, if we look at, for example, at how to make Inferium essence, you can take 1 Prudentium and break it down into 4 Inferium. It's just a straight craft. So once we get all our essences up here, it'll be much faster to break things down than to put them together, because we don't need the infusion crystals either. So that is what I'm going to do between episodes to sort of clean up this storage. And really the hardest part is probably figuring out how to pipe out all these Inferium essences and put them into our crafter over there that I showed you before. So I'm going to work on that between episodes, and hopefully by the time we get back, we will have all our singularities for our Infinity ingot, and I will have this mess straightened out. Until next time, thanks for watching as always. Please consider hitting like, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell to keep up with new episodes. Leave me a comment if you have any thoughts on where we're headed for this series. We are approaching the end of things, and our craft book or our quest book reflects that. So we are getting close to done. We have the Tome of Knowledge, the Gem Armor, the Transmutation Tablet, some refined storage stuff, which I may or may not do, and some power upgrades. But you know, we're getting pretty far along, so the end is in sight if it's not within reach. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. I hope it's warmer where you are than it is here right now. Bye.